Told you guys, our artist for today is another Filipino artist, and he was friends with the artist that we talked about last week. And I think it's quite proper that we talk about our artist today, considering that we might visit the museum where this artist's art uh, might be displayed. Because our artist today is gonna be celebrating his 100th birthday this year. Okay, this is of course, but he isn't alive anymore. All right, he isn't alive. But if he was alive, he would be celebrating his 100th birthday this coming August. Our artist today, this is one of his drawings. Although I made a drawing of him, but I will show it to you later. This is one of his drawings of himself, and it's a very simple drawing, right? It's almost like a cartoon, don't you think so? Right? And I think most of you will enjoy our class today, especially for those of you who likes this kind of art. I consider this a kind of art, and it's quite fitting that our artist today is also a national artist of the Philippines. And he was given that honor for his contributions to the Philippine art through his cartoons and comics. So our artist today is a comic artist, and his name is Larry Alcala. You probably saw him in the photos, a younger version of him in the photos with Juvenal Sansol. We'll go back to some of those previous photos. So here he is uh, on when he was working as a professor at the College of Fine Arts. And remember, he was a student there, right, with Juvenal Sanso. And he would end up becoming the one of the professors that would establish a department at the College of Fine Arts. Now, Larry Alcala is a master of simplicity. And when you are in the business of creating cartoons, you have to make art that is very simple to understand. And your images has to also contain a lot of messages even though it's quite simple. Now, why do you think the art in comics has to be very simple? Why can't it be very realistic or complicated?
I don't
Okay.
know.
Well, imagine if you're a comic book artist, you'll have to make, especially during that time, you have to make cartoons every day. And if your characters are so difficult to create, a character that might take you 10 hours to finish, right? Would you be able to make a comic art in one day and then prepare another for the next day? So the characters has to be very simple. Now, Larry Alcala, as he is known by his colleagues as Mang Larry. Remember Sanso? He was called Senyor Sanso. Larry was called Mang Larry. He was born on August 18, 1926.
That's all.
And remember, today is 2026, so that's 100 years already. So in August 18, that will be his 100th birthday. And he lived until June 24, 2002. And he occupies a central position in the history of Philippine visual culture, particularly in comics. He is widely regarded as the country's most influential cartoonist. Although I don't think some of you are quite familiar with his comics, but some of your parents, we grew up with some of his pictures. His work reshaped how illustration, humor, and social observation functioned in print media. I'll show you some of my drawings because I treat Mang Larry as one of my idols and one of my influences in my own kind of art, especially when I make comics. Alcala's cartoons were not designed merely to amuse, although some of them are very funny, but they serve as precise records of Filipino culture, behavior, values, and contradiction across decades of social change. We'll actually see one of his series of comics that that is still alive and being imitated nowadays. He became National Artist for the Visual Arts in 2018. So it's a posthumous award. So that award was given even though he already passed away. These are some of the early pictures or early photographs of Larry Alcala when he was still a student of fine arts. And the one on the top right, uh, he was very good with cartoons. In fact, he loved creating drawings even as a child. So you would expect that when he was in college, he would become the cartoonist of the college publication. So the UP Collegian. So he would create the very first editorial cartoons and comics in the Philippine Collegian. The one on the bottom right, you remember Juvenal Sanso? There he is on the left. And a very young Larry Alcala on the very right. And
Yeah.
Ninita, another painter, in the middle. Now, as soon as they would graduate, actually, there's a reason why. Because if you remember, Juvenal Sanso was at the School of Fine Arts because another professor invited him to be at the School of Fine Arts. Now, Larry Alcala was in the School of Fine Arts because even as a student, he was already working at the Manila Times as a cartoonist. So the Manila Times sent him there in order for him to get a fine arts degree. Now, Larry Alcala would graduate as a cartoonist, and he would be hired with a lot of Philippine publications, newspapers, where he would create a series of cartoon characters or comic book characters. Here he is working with colleagues from different publications, not only here in the Philippines, but as you can see, there are people from abroad. In fact, one of them is a very famous manga artist. I'll show you a photograph. If you like Japanese comic books or Japanese manga, he made friends with some of them. This is the very first comic strip made by Larry Alcala, and it's called Islao Palitao, and it appeared in Luwayway magazine just after the Second World War. And as you can see, he has a very particular style when he would be creating his characters. Of course, they are written in Filipino. I'll read it. Ano kaya ang labas ko ngayon sa komika? Aba, Mr. Larry, anong nangyayari sa'yo? Hirap, hirap, amigo, hirap. 5 oras na ako dito sa drawing boards. And in this comic strip, he's just showing how hard it is to become a comic book artist because you have to come up with a lot of comic strips every day, and sometimes you run out of ideas, and he's just drawing himself running out of ideas. And then still creating his work, and he got so frustrated that he blew himself up. Here's another one of his comic characters. His name is Mang Ambo. Mang Ambo is an elder in a town, and the series actually portrays the town as a very stupid town. The town
What
is
did you get? Okay.
Well, the town is not stupid, but the people would do things that are stupid. Now, Mang Ambo, being the elder of the town, would go around the town and then show how funny the people are in the town. And what's so funny here is that uh, when he goes around to each of the village persons, the things that the village persons are doing are things that normal Filipinos do. So it's like a reflection of what Filipinos are doing at home. And Mang Ambo is just a character to highlight those funny things happening around the town. So that's Mang Ambo. I think the next character you will like, uh, because the next character reminds me of. I think the next character kind of looks like one of the very famous cartoon characters nowadays. Guys, do you know Captain Underpants or
Yes.
Dogman?
Yes.
Dogman.
I
Uh,
do, but I don't want. Yeah.
Dogman series. So during those times, Larry Alcala. So this was around 1940, 1950s, guys. So more than 50 years ago. Now, Larry Alcala or Mang Larry would create a character known as Siopaw Man.
What?
You guys, you like eating siopaw?
Yeah,
Yes.
of
So
course.
he- here he is introducing Batman. Of course, he was very famous during that time, DC characters. And then Superman, the version of Superman during that time, 1950s. And guys, do you know Plastic Man? He's
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah, he isn't quite famous nowadays, but I remember when I was a kid, Plastic Man has a stretchy kind of power, very much like Luffy. But Plastic Man is a superhero. Now, unlike those other characters, here he is, Siopaw Man, who loves eating siopaw and dim sum and all that kind. But unlike the other superheroes, Siopaw Man is quite chubby with two big front teeth,
What?
right? So it's quite ridiculous how Chopin would end up, but and then in this series of cartoons, he would create other funny characters. So, like for example, here Chopin Man is fighting against Shipilyo. You know, guys, what Shipilyo is? Toothbrush. Sipilyo, right? So he did the play on the word Sipilyo. So of course, Siopaw Man would be here fighting against Shipilyo because it seems like Siopaw Man didn't stop eating and he ended up not brushing his own teeth. So here Shipilyo is trying to brush her teeth. Of course, the message here is that uh, the message here is that you have to brush your teeth. However, Shipilyo is doing it too much that he's brushing the teeth so much that it ends up dissolving the teeth of all the people she is brushing.
What?
I know that's the crazy part. So he would create these funny characters. And then another group of characters he would create are these two attorneys, these two lawyers who obviously they look stupid, right? They look idiotic, so they are idiot lawyers, and their name is Kalabog and Bosho. Okay, and they would uh, they would tell stories about what's happening in the Philippine office scenes. All right. Now, you know, we all know that when you watch the MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, we all know that they all came from comics, right? And it's the same thing even in the 1950s because these cartoons would end up in the movies. So as you can see here, Kalabog and Bosho would become a movie played by the very famous comedians during that time, Dolphy and Pachito. And not just once, but even three times. Kalabog and Bosho strikes again. And it was even revived during the 1980s with a new set of actors.
Excuse me.
So, yeah.
Excuse me. Excuse
Yes,
me.
David.
Formula One was also made in 1950.
Huh?
Formula One was created in 1950.
Again, what's your question? Slowly.
Formula One was made in 1950.
What was the one that was made in 1950s?
Formula One.
Formula One. Well, I don't know which formula, but I'm sure the cars look very different then. Okay,
Yeah, it was.
I don't know if they're even called Formula Ones during that time. Now, another character that would become very famous is Asyong Aksaya. Guys, do you know what Aksaya means?
No.
In Tagal, that's Tagalog for wasteful. So, for example, you have money and then you just waste it by buying lots of candies. You're being Aksaya. Okay, and then or you're given 10 pieces of paper to write something, but instead of that you wasted all the paper. So aksaya means being wasteful. And Asyong Aksaya would be a character who doesn't know how to save. And each comic strip would show him wasting
Kasi
things.
lawyer na lang bahala. Lawyer naman yun yung
Okay, and then people would notice that. And this is an example of a comic strip where you have a you're very ugly character. So it works by showing the negative. So of course, things it shows you what
Right.
should they be followed. Now Larry Alcala, just like all the artists of his peers, remember Juvenal Sanso also loved painting the outdoors. Of course, he would have his own style. But Larry Alcala, or Mang Larry, also loved drawing outdoors. In fact, one of his favorite pastimes is not just to draw the landscape, but he loved observing people.
hindi ko na
So
close.
observant that sometimes,
Close na.
uh,
Sabi
one
niya,
of the things he loved doing with his children, for example, they are crossing the street, or they would sit down in a park and they would observe people and see, do you know what he's thinking about? And he would create stories about people he would observe in the mall or at the park. And that being observant would be something that he would be able to use in his next series of comics, which he calls the Slice of Life. Now, these slice of life comics would appear in magazines in the Philippines every week. In fact, when I was a kid, I used to be so excited every Sunday. You know why? Because every Sunday, his comics would appear. These
What?
slice of life. And what's so nice about his slice of life is that, of course, he would draw a lot of people. He would draw a scene. So, for example, this is a scene in EDSA during that time, or in Manila, and he would show a crowd of people trying to get a ride.
ito na yung kay
So, and then the crowd of people trying to buy street food and everything. So he was showing what the street situation is. But what the fun part here is you would have to look for the face of Larry Alcala himself. Do you remember the drawing that he made before? You would have to look for that face hidden in his drawing. Very much like finding Waldo, where you would have to find Waldo in the comics. Now, before Waldo, Larry Alcala was already doing it in his own comics. So you would see here different scenes. So this particular illustration is all about anti-smoking, and yet you see
Me?
different buildings where people are smoking, right? And and then the
Me?
worst part here is you also see the hospital at the back end where a lot of people are lining up because of all the smoke that they are inhaling in the city.
Excuse me?
Here is a scene where, Mayon volcano actually blew up during that time. So he drew a scene here about how people reacted to the Mayon volcano eruption. Okay, there was a drought in the in Manila during that time, and he would also show how the people tried to save water. And I think, guys, if Larry Alcala was still alive today, I know what kind of drawing he would make. He would try to make, he would try to draw people trying to save up gas, right? Because I know gas is so expensive nowadays. So here's a market scene. Uh, I'll try to post some of these pictures so you can try to look for his face hidden in these pictures. And he would be so detailed in his drawings. But guys, you understand why his characters had to be very simple, because he had to draw a lot of people. And imagine if each person looked very realistic, it would take him a long time to finish this. Sometimes all of these illustrations would appear not just in tabloids or in magazines, but sometimes they would also appear in ice cream buckets,
What?
or yeah, the top of ice cream buckets. They would have all of these drawings, or even the side of beer on labels, because it's just so decorative. And at the same time, this is the Davao, and as you can see, he is featuring the durian very exclusively in
Ooh,
this
the
scene.
airport.
This is food court. There you go. So a lot, he made a lot, because imagine every week he would have to come up with these, and every day as well he would have to create these comic strips. So this is the EDSA revolution. Guys, just recently, Fundacion Sanso actually tried selling t-shirts with this particular design on t-shirts. Okay, and I was waiting for that t-shirt to come out, and you know what? When I checked it online, it was all sold out. And you know how much each shirt cost?
Wait, what? What?
I, a t-shirt costing around 1,799 pesos. Sold
Oh
out.
my.
So I think they're gonna come out with a second edition of the same design. So it was made as a celebration for the EDSA revolution. This is LRT. Of course, he was creating art during his time. Now, this is Larry Alcala posing it with probably Japan's most influential cartoonist. Okay, so this is Philippines' most influential cartoonist and Japan's most influential cartoonist. And do you guys know who Osamu Tezuka is?
That's the guy who made Astro Boy, right?
Yes, he's the guy who made Astro Boy, Blackjack. Actually, I personally like Blackjack more than Astro Boy. And he made all of these, even Kimba, the White Lion. A lot of people are saying that the Lion King is actually a copy of Kimba, the White Lion. Yeah, so he made all the Dragon Ball Z, the Pokemon, the even One Piece. They all look up to Osamu Tezuka as their father of Japanese comics. And Larry Alcala is very close friends with him. Now, on the note of comic book art, because you would think, right? Okay, Larry Alcala is a national artist of the Philippines, and people think that comic book art is not art at all. In fact, we have two national artists who are comic book artists. Now that other artist is his name is Francisco Coching. Now his style is quite different from Larry Alcala because his style is the more realistic style. And as you can see, his line work is very realistic. In fact, uh, uh, Stan Lee and even the comic, the biggest comic book wanted to hire Coaching, and this is how good he is. I saw this personally, and the way he creates
We are
lines,
not screen time.
and I actually have some of his
If
comic
you
books
the
as well.
Star Wars
Now, Larry Alcala and Coaching would
friends,
actually inspire a lot of present day comic book artists. Okay? So here we have the Samahang Cartoonista ng Pilipinas, and some of the characters here you might recognize because some of them are still circulating. And I also am a member of the Ilustrador ng Kabataan, which Larry Alcala also helped in founding. Now, I have here a very young me. This was probably around 7 years ago. And here's a coffee art I made. And I'm posing with the brother of Larry Alcala.
Oh,
Uh, so during that time, we had an exhibit uh, giving tribute to Larry Alcala. So this is the art that I made. So it's basically his signature cartoon, and I filled it up with all the characters that he created, and I made it using coffee. And guys, wait, I'll get the original. It's still with me. Here. So it's still with me here, and I don't think I will ever sell this because
okay.
this is my own tribute to the national artist Larry Alcala. Okay. Of course, guys, I would make my own art because as I told you, I am very inspired by Larry Alcala. In fact, I would make crowd uh, art. So
pillows,
this is the Pahiyas Festival. I made this.
all the pillows on the sofa.
Okay, there was
Just
a time
all these
when
pillows, ah. Hey, turn off all
guys.
the lights.
So have you been to the Pahiyas Festival in Lukban, Quezon? Okay, so
No.
this is we made this for a coloring book. Okay, so this is the art that I made for that, and of course, so since this is for a coloring book, I also made my own colored version. So this is what it looked like. Okay, and during the pandemic, I made the pandemic version where everyone had to had to stay in their homes. Everyone had to order online. Everyone had to wear masks. So
Not
Oh,
smoking.
that's nice.
this is the pandemic version. I don't know if you guys remember where people still fumigated and you had to stay at home, right?
Turn off
You can't
screen
go
light.
out and you had to
When
wear.
when the virus was you,
Yeah, when the virus is still out. So I
we
made a
we
version
still
of
went
that.
we still went outside, but we were wearing masks.
Yeah, you had to wear a plastic, that plastic face as well, right?
No.
And then I also, I love creating that kind of art. So I also made a book where I made all of this art, where you have to look for all of these objects down there.
Pizza.
And you also have to look for very specific characters.
Could I?
It's gonna take a long time, guys. So I made a series. So it's actually a book. I'll show you what it looks like here. I have a copy here.
How much
See
I
here.
finding
So guys, do you see
the
this? So this is the book. And
I
then,
wanna try finding those. Can you stay on that screen for a while?
okay. So try to look for the. Mm, let's see. Okay,
Hmm.
I'll give you a minute, guys.
I found one. I found one.
Finish.
Yeah.
Hmm. Do I have to find the bee too? Because I found the bee
Yes, you
already.
got the face. Circle the face as well. So this is the only time I will permit you guys to to draw there. That's nice. Good.
We have
It's the little paintbrush. We made this really hard.
You like this?
It's
Yeah.
really hard though.
Guys, aren't going to ask me how long it took for me to draw this?
How long?
Yeah, each drawing probably took me the fastest I can do this is 3 days.
Well,
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
because you know I had to plan out and lay out everything before I actually
I found
have
it
to draw
now.
it.
I'm just gonna say it. Why is so big, ginormous people?
Yeah, those you know
Little
actually the
balloons, right?
theme it's called the Gigantes Festival. Gigantes means giant festival. In they usually have this in Angono, Rizal, and they would wear these giant puppet like mascot like uh, figures, and they would carry it around town. So they look like giants walking down the street. So that's the reason why these are very look very big. And you know, if you Google, the puppets actually look like this. So here's another page. Here, Santa Cruzan. Let's see how fast you guys can see. I'll give you a minute. Make sure if you see it, you know, make a picture, draw where it is.
This is frustrating.
Wow, you guys are good.
Did you have to make it this hard?
No one has yet seen the pastillas candies. And you know those things that you guys are looking for are actually objects that are you know coming from that particular province.
That's there. That is so hard.
I always manage to put some cats in. Sometimes I had to hide the objects with the same color as the background. So as you can see, one of the pastillas would be near the pink areas as
I
well. This
already
one,
spotted 2 cats.
this one, this one is over here.
I already spotted 2 cats.
And at the same time for that, you know, I also hid special characters. Okay.
Kuya,
I think this one.
what is he doing?
Okay, so let's proceed.
Reason whenever I
Good
stare
work,
at people,
guys. Good work.
I said there, but that is not
Okay,
it.
so I would make a series of all of these drawings, and they are all compiled in a book, right? And you know, if I wasn't familiar with Larry Alcala's Slice of Life, I don't think I would be able to create this kind of art. And I really love, you know, these very
Frustrating.
detailed drawings. And I actually came up with these postcards. This is Greenbelt. This is the park outside my condominium. So
Cat.
I call this Planet of the Cats. So instead of people walking around the park, it's the cats walking around the park. And instead of the cats being stray cats, you would see human beings being the stray humans being fed by those cats.
What?
And yeah, it's a upside down
I,
world
I
where
saw
the
a
cats are
cat
the
son.
humans and the
I saw
humans
a
are the
cat.
stray cats.
The son was a cat.
Fine.
His back was facing with the Why is the
Okay,
son a
and
cat?
then I will never stop creating scenes with the for example, I get hired to create illustrations, and so this is for the United Nations, so they're coming up with a book, and I had to create a chapter illustration. So this is the art that I made for that. Okay, now now guys, I think you see where this is coming to, right? But I have to tell you one thing, guys. Larry Alcala
A duck?
is a very famous illustrator, right? A comic book artist. But you have to remember that he was also the one who created the uh, an award. An award was created. An award was created
Tanso ka lang
in
ba?
his memory, guys. And actually, guys, I'm inviting you to join that contest. However, the contest will end in 2 days. But let's see how the contest is done, right? Now the contest is all because Larry Alcala is all about comics and illustrations, right? And
Comics of those.
in that contest, you would have to illustrate a story. So what we are going to do right now is we are going to read a story, and then we are going to draw that story. Do you guys understand that? Okay,
Yeah.
so guys, do you want to read the story now? Do you want to read the story in Filipino or in English? Who wants Filipino? Who wants English? English. Okay. I was expecting that, guys. But you know what? The story was written in Filipino. And this morning, I had to translate it into English for you guys.
Every day.
Okay, so I'm gonna share that English version of the story. Okay, so guys, can you see it on the screen?
Oh, dear. Okay, there.
Okay, the title is Struck by Genius. Right? Do you guys understand that? You are struck by genius, right?
Start ko na.
In Filipino, the title is Tinamaan ng Galing. Okay? So Struck by Genius is written by Genaro G. Cruz. Okay, so he's one of the very famous children's book art writer nowadays. Struck by genius. You're struck by genius, Ading, said Grandpa, because he saw me bring home a circle on my exam paper. I answered incorrectly about the bird that lives in the sea, about the goldfish that lives in the cave, about the monkey that lives in the aquarium. Guys, don't draw, please. Because, I had to move the screen, so even if you underline the sentence, it wouldn't work. About the goldfish that lives in the cave, about the monkey that lives in the burrow, about the rat that lives in the aquarium, about the bat that lives in the nest.
What?
So now we understand Ading came home with an exam paper of 0 because he had to match where these animals live. And he got 0 because he thought birds lived in the sea. He thought goldfishes lives in caves, monkeys lives in burrows, and rats lives in aquarium, and bat lives in nests. He absolutely got 0.
Oh no.
Always listen to your teacher, Grandpa instructed. We'll take care of your circle later, he added. In the afternoon, my snack became lugaw with boiled egg. Do you guys like lugaw or goto? No? Very nice. My 0 on the paper turned into an egg.
What?
So I guess, Lolo was trying to console Ading, right? Okay, it's okay. Even if you get 0, you still get this lugaw. You're struck by genius, Ading, said Grandma. because she saw my dirty uniform. We
Oh,
played
what?
Langit Lupa around the vast garden. Guys, do you know the game Langit Lupa?
Yeah, I played
It's
that.
it's like
Yes.
it's like the lava game, right?
The
Yeah.
lava
Yeah,
mom.
it's like lava game. So it looked as if the muddy earth had grabbed my uniform. Oh, what a happy day! Don't forget the bimpo you bought. Guys, you know bimpo, the towel, a wet towel, right? Grandma instructed, "You are the most sour datu." Small king, Grandma laughed. When night came, Grandma had a wonderful story. "You're struck by genius, Ading," said Mom. She saw
What?
that I hadn't finished my food bag, my baon.
Yes.
My, my classmates fed me. Baste shared the pandesal with cheese with me. Zia
What?
gave me a Zia gave me a banana. Peter buried a wafer in my stomach. Sally bought two juices from the canteen. And then they all said, "For our very kind classmate," they all said. Oh, what a happy day I had. That's the reason why he didn't eat his own baon. Anak, don't forget to eat your packed lunch, Mom instructed. What do you want to pack tomorrow? Mom asked. I want to pack 5 apples, Mom, I replied.
Wait.
Why so many? Mom asked next. Each for my kind classmates. So he was going to give each one. You're struck by genius, Ading, said Dad. He saw that my crayons were all broken. I divided the red one into two when Sally borrowed it. I divided the orange one into three when Peter and Zia borrowed it. I divided the yellow one into four when Baste, Sally, and Peter borrowed it. What do you expect would happen to his crayon set?
Gonna get ubas.
Yeah, all broken, right? Oh, what a joy to color together. You're so good at coloring apples, Ading, Zia praised. We all passed our colored fruits together. For my good classmates, I said. I took out the 5 apples I had in my bag. Oh, what a fun day we had. You're struck by genius, Ading, said Grandpa. He saw how beautifully I colored the apple. Teacher said not to rush, I said. You're a smart Alec, Ading, said Grandma. He saw that my uniform was clean. I still played. I avoided getting my clothes dirty, I said. You're struck by genius, Ading, said Mom. She saw that my food bag was empty. We shared the bag with my classmates, I said. You're struck by genius, Ading, said Dad. She saw that my crayons were getting even more broken. The green, blue, purple, mud-colored, and black were all broken. New crayons for Ading, who is really good at coloring. Dad surprised Ading. Thank you, Dad, I said. What a fun day I had at home. What a fun day I had at school. I have done what Grandma, Grandpa, Mom, and Dad told me to do. I am truly struck by genius. The end. Did you like the story, guys?
What does
Huh?
struck by genius mean?
Yeah, what does struck by genius mean? Actually, that's one of the
I'm
questions
asking
that
you.
I was asking. You know, when you're struck by genius, it's either you're enlightened, but sometimes when people tell you that, yeah, you're a smart Alec, Naya. Ang tali-talino mo talaga. Sometimes your parents would say that, but they're being sarcastic, right? And and the and then you can imagine that grandpa, grandma, and mom and dad, they all said to Ading, "You're struck by genius at the start," right? And they all said to that even though Ading did all of these naughty things, right? He gets zero in the exam. He gets his uniform dirty, and then he doesn't eat the baon, and then he breaks all the crayons, right? And then their parents would say, "You are a genius," and they are just being sarcastic, right? But then later on, Ading thought, okay, I would follow my grandpa, my grandma, my dad, and my mom. He would follow their instructions, right?
Also, my
And he ended up very good in the end. So the parents, the grandparents would say, "You're struck by genius." So they're all saying the same thing, but now it's quite different. Now they
no,
mean it. They are struck by genius. Yes, Naya.
my mom's not sarcastic though.
Oh, that's good. That's good. You know, some parents can be, and the main point there is sometimes you have to understand that when old people, when your parents, when your grandparents, when your big brother, your big sister tells you something, right? They mean it for you. Yeah, they mean it for you to become a better person. And then when you do it right, you'll end up being a better person, right? So that's what the story is all about. Now,
Yeah.
what are your favorite scenes in the story? Brayden,
Like,
what's your favorite scene? Or what's your, what you think is the funniest scene?
you're dazzly, guys.
The part when they said they call it apples, I thought they were calling real apples.
The apples?
You're dazzly.
Yeah. You know what my favorite scene is? I love when he showed his zero exam paper to his lolo. And he got everything wrong. And somehow I imagined all of those creatures. Imagine a goldfish living inside a cave, or a bird being forced to live in the sea. That's what I'm going to draw. All right, so guys, I'm going to send guys, I'm going to share, I'm going to send in the chat uh, a file containing this story. All right, so you can use it as reference. So what we're gonna do right now is we are going to draw that favorite scene. It's like we are going to make a cartoon out of your favorite scene in the story. You get it? So, like for example, Brayden, if the apple is your favorite scene, can you draw that scene? Can you imagine what grandpa, what the character looks like, right?
Excuse me.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Okay, guys, I sent the file so you can reread the story, and then I'm gonna change now to my overhead camera. So right now, we are going to make a illustration using our markers or our coloring materials. So using the technique of Larry Alcala. Okay?
There. Chase. Chase, you're not. Your food is there now.
Okay. So here, guys, is my paper. And as I told you guys, okay, I made here. So here I have a copy of my story. And as you can see, my favorite scene is the very first part where where Ading brought a zero exam paper. Guys, guys, have you experienced that? Getting a zero in an exam?
No.
Because I experienced that, guys. So, and I think it's quite funny that I would have to draw each of the animals that uh, that Ading made wrong. So I'm gonna, because the bird is living in the sea, goldfish living in the cave,
Here.
monkey living in a lunga. Yes.
Uh, do what kind of paper do we use?
Any kind of paper. So right now, I'm not using watercolor paper. So this is just an ordinary bond paper. So I'm gonna use pencils for sketching, and then later on, I have my markers to create the cartoon. Okay. So that's what I'm going to draw. So if you want to follow me, guys, so I'm gonna make a list of the things that I'm gonna make. So first, a bird in the sea.
For me,
So probably I'm gonna draw a bird with a scuba gear, and then a goldfish,
yeah, good one.
goldfish in the cave.
Okay.
So that's number two. And then number three, a monkey in a burrow, or uh,
Or like a hole.
yeah, a hole, a ground hole. But of course, we know that monkeys live in trees, right?
They don't like bar.
Yeah, and then rat or a mouse in an aquarium. Oh no.
Maybe. Oh,
Why would a ding get everything wrong? And then a
why?
bat.
You didn't even get one right. It's not bad, bro.
And a bat in a nest. This is
think
very funny.
I think mistook back for bird in
You
the
know,
nest.
Brayden, I think he wasn't paying attention to the exam paper. No?
Yeah.
Yeah, he answered randomly, but I think even if you would answer randomly, you would still get some things correct.
Yeah, or maybe he used ChatGPT, but ChatGPT gave him wrong answers.
Oh no, Chat GPT. Okay, so I'm gonna draw a bird in the sea. Okay, so
Other
I'm
what?
gonna probably a bird doesn't live in the sea unless it's a penguin, right?
What?
Guys, a penguin is a bird, right?
Yeah. But it needs to also live in the snow.
Huh?
In the snow.
Okay, so I'm imagining my bird uh like this. Okay, so I'm gonna put
Why are you
I'm,
so good at drawing that?
I'm gonna put a goggles on my bird,
What?
and
Yeah.
then
Is
a
kid
snorkel,
or a
a
boy?
snorkel, right?
Teacher, I think you should just draw him a water tank.
Pwede.
Air tank.
Well, the water tank is the rat. So I still have to draw a wet animal, right? So I'm gonna draw the bird really, really wet.
I'm actually drawing a Dean breaks the crayons. Teacher,
Yeah.
is the kid a girl or a boy?
Oh, yeah. Oh, because the character's name is Ading, right? And then what's so nice with the book is that you don't know whether the character is a girl or a boy. So it works both ways, no? Do you want the character to be a boy or do you want the character to be a girl? Because when I was reading the story, I was imagining a boy. Because I am a boy. Because I was a boy reading the story.
Why?
For some of you, the main character could be a girl. Because in the book, the story didn't really specify whether the child is a girl or a boy. So you can draw the character any way you like. So here, I'm drawing the bird wearing flippers. I know it's quite silly, right? And then he's wearing some I don't know, a wetsuit.
Ouch, my neck!
Huh?
Ouch, my neck! Uh-oh.
And then he's very, very wet. Okay, so that's my bird. Okay, so I'm gonna ink now, so you guys can see.
Wait, did I borrow?
Is he having a surfboard?
Huh? No, that's not a skateboard. That's the pool of seawater.
Oh, so wet.
Yeah, it's dripping wet.
Why is his eyes staring at me?
I think it's wrong. I'm making something very
Because
good.
he's staring at you because what have you done to me? I'm a I'm a bird. I'm not a sea creature. So if he's saying, Ading, why are you imagining me like this?
That's mean.
Well, ducks can stay in the sea.
Not all the time,
Technically,
right? Yeah, that's why I thought, a penguin is actually a bird, right? And they can swim, right?
ah,
Did you know, guys, that penguins are birds?
Yes, I know.
I know.
Right?
I know. Oftentimes swim.
Okay, so after you sketch it out, you can use a, a liner or a marker to, know.
No, this is too much. I'm almost done.
And then he's gonna be very, very sad. Why? Why am I wet?
I've do I listen, guys? Yeah, you want to listen now.
No, I literally have like the hardest.
So, guys, remember when you're doing cartoon characters, draw it like a cartoon character. So very, very simple, right? Because, and then I'm gonna wear him wearing a a suit, like a scuba gear suit.
I'm really so good at this.
Huh?
Actually, drawing blocky stuff.
Oh, nice.
I'm drawing it like Minecraft. Teacher Ev,
Yeah.
the fish could live in an underwater cave.
You know Minecraft?
What?
The fish can live in
Minecraft?
water cave.
Ah, yeah. A fish can live in an underwater cave, especially if there's an underwater river or lake, right? But I'm gonna make it funny because my goldfish is gonna wear a cave diving gear. So my goldfish is gonna wear those lights, and he's gonna wear a hard hat.
This is so tough. I'm almost done. But I'm almost done.
How did she get everything right? If she just answers randomly, she could just get like.
Yeah, he could probably get something right, or he probably has a very imaginative mind. Okay, here's my bird. Very, very wet.
Maybe he's schizophrenic.
I don't know. ADHD.
Yo, who broke the crayons, guys? Who broke the crayons? Who broke the crayons? I'm asking you, who broke the crayons? Yo, who broke the crayon?
Who broke the crayons? He did.
Who broke the crayons? Who broke the crayon?
He broke the crayons and shared it to his classmates.
Actually,
Right.
drew that.
Okay, so here's my very wet bird.
Okay. Whatever you say.
Okay. Next, I'm gonna draw my my goldfish.
Whatever.
Okay,
I just have
my goldfish is wearing a hard hat with people who go for diving, cave diving. They have these lights, right?
Just drew a Minecraft called in an almost stand. So, I'm gonna try to trace it.
And all of these animals doesn't seem quite happy being being put in places where they're not supposed to be.
Well, who knows if the fish is happy first.
A ding, a ding.
Oh, that's how a goldfish looks like.
No, I know. This is quite fantastical. Anyway, these are that's what's so nice about these cartoon drawings. Just this is a way to make characters look funny. So here's my goldfish who seems out of the out of the aquarium. The goldfish is supposed to be in the aquarium.
No! I'm already done.
Okay, and then he's wearing this hard hat with the light.
I don't know how to draw a monkey in a bowl.
Yeah, how are you gonna draw a monkey in a burrow, right? You know what a burrow is? Who lives in the burrow? The rat, right?
Yeah.
Now who's in there?
Now who's supposed to live in the cave? The bat.
The back.
The bird is supposed to go to the nest, right? And then who goes to the sea? The monkey? Ah, that's wrong.
Wait, where does the goldfish go? To the aquarium or to the sea?
I know.
Do all
Yeah,
of
I think the goldfish should go to the aquarium because the goldfish is
We
not
have to
a.
do all of them.
So don't
Ah,
show
yeah,
water.
yeah. We have to
If the
remember,
goldfish goes to the
because
aquarium, who goes to
Naya. Okay, we are trying to learn like the artist, right? And you saw that
Oh,
uh,
oh.
Larry Alcala did all of those illustrations. So, and imagine these are, we're just drawing these simple characters, and in order for us to illustrate the whole book, right, you have to draw really a lot. So, we're just practicing. So, while we have time, let's just draw what we can. Okay, here's my goldfish looking so out of the blue, out of the water.
Okay,
Oh, why
what?
am I here? He's begging us. Put me back in my. Put me back in my.
Ah.
Put me back in my aquarium. By the way, guys, did you ever have fishes for pets?
No. Yeah, I had, but I actually killed them. You
Oh
killed
yeah,
by feeding them a lot of bread.
yeah. Fishes are very hard to take care of. Not only do you have to keep the water clean, you can't overfeed your fishes.
Oh, true.
Yeah, I used to, you know, we used to have fishes for pets, so we had goldfishes in there. But
What
it's
happened?
hard to maintain. They eventually died.
Yeah, it's hard to take care of fishes.
Mine died
Unless you
after
have
one day.
products. Haha.
I had two goldfishes. It died after like
My
5 days.
fish died the moment he came into this town. I don't know why.
Hmm. Okay, so I'm gonna draw the cave, so it's gonna be a dark hole behind it.
How do you put a monkey in the bar?
I'll show you. I'm gonna draw my monkey next. So let's see how I imagine the monkey to look like.
Teacher Reb, I'm
How
not
are you
gonna.
gonna draw the monkey out of a burrow?
I think he'll be dirty.
Yeah.
Oh,
Do you have
brother,
do you
really?
have to show the whole monkey, right?
Yeah, maybe just his head.
Bang!
There we go. That's my
Yeah, guys.
goldfish coming out of the cave.
I'm bored.
Why did I come out of the cave? All right, next will be my monkey. Okay, so this is the burrow, the hole in the ground.
Why is it why all the time?
Then I'm just gonna, I'm just gonna draw the head. I'm just gonna draw the head of my monkey sticking out of the hole like this, and then trying to wave his arms out.
Are you serious? My iPad isn't charging, bro. It's down charging. I literally turned
Get me
everything off.
out! Get me out! Get me out! He's saying.
Copy without teacher have.
Huh?
I'm copying you.
What's happening?
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
No! No! No!
Teacher, do you want to drive something?
Okay, so there's my monkey going out of the hole. Help me!
No! No!
God, I forgot. Oh, maybe the rat isn't inside the aquarium.
The aquarium?
Maybe it's
Pwede.
just outside.
Yeah, pwede.
Guys, so my iPad's charged.
You can. You can draw your rat that way. I'm imagining my rat, my rat is inside the aquarium
Yeah,
as if as if he's using it as a swimming pool.
Maybe need something in the back.
Can I see?
Yeah, you can. I just.
Of course, guys, don't forget to draw Ading and the Lolo, right? Because this is the first scene. Right?
Mine is fine.
Uh, can I see? Great. That's Ading and Lolo.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Wait, shoot.
David,
Don't
are
look
you
at the other
drawing
part. Don't look at the other part.
I'm done. I'm done.
everything?
I drew everything. Yeah.
How you?
I think the crayons by the.
Okay, if you're done with everything, you can color it, or you can try to draw the other scenes, right?
I'm going to color it. I'll leave it like a step and it's special.
My monkey kind of looks like a tarsier.
How did that move?
By the way, is a tarsier a monkey?
Yeah.
It is, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Although it looks so tiny like a rat.
You can make the type in the aquarium.
Can I color it?
Yeah, you can color it.
Your rabbit is good.
Can I see? Oh, that's nice. Very nice,
What is
Liam.
that, Liam?
Guys, I need to do some.
Guys, if you're really enjoying this, and if you have the time, you can try to join the contest. But since you guys are very young, you might need to get the permission of your parents for you to win that contest, to join that contest. By the way, guys, if you win the contest, you'll get 25,000 pesos,
I need to be rich.
and then you're gonna be the artist of the book. Okay, so you're gonna finish the whole book.
What?
Yeah.
I need to win it, bro. I do it.
And then you're gonna be a children's book illustrator.
Yeah. Help!
Okay, this is my monkey in a burrow. Help! Help!
Bye bye! I will not help you.
Okay, next. My rat in a in an aquarium. No, I'm not gonna draw the aquarium.
No
I'm
way!
just gonna draw the rat.
Sabi sa'yo, specific like that.
This is search for rat.
Hmm?
Yeah.
My rat is
I
since
want
so I'm imagining my rat is gonna go for a swim in the aquarium. I'm gonna make him wear
Na may the driver's license.
this
New,
flotation thing.
oh,
egg. I search for a rat. I want to see how they really like. That. That. Oh. No. Cute. No, I want to do this for Christmas. That's a bit cute. What are these wrong with me?
passport. Sinainan niya, dala niya. Buti na lang, ay, buti na lang, ang dala niya. Oo. Why is the rat holding a drink?
My rat is wearing a
Is that water or
swim shorts,
lemonade?
lemonade, because he thinks he's on a vacation.
He thinks he's an Asian.
He doesn't know if he jumps into the aquarium, he can't get out anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, eat it, eat it, eat, oh, eat it.
Even with the float.
David, are you done with yours?
I'm done.
You're not. I don't see you drawing.
No, I finished earlier here. This.
You guys you're finished with all of the drawings? I don't
Yeah.
think you are.
I even read my own.
I didn't do that one. I just did the
You have to spend time
Too hot.
on each of the drawing.
Can't do it. It's too hot.
I'm not doing that one. I'm doing the apple.
Okay. I love the apple scene as well. The other scene I love is the crayon breaking scene.
I think no one do the dirty shirt. What I am trying. A dirty shirt. What I am trying to do is say I love everything you do, Rev.
Yeah.
I'm copying everything you do.
Yeah, it's okay.
What I am trying to do.
Are you enjoying my characters? Yeah, you can put your own twist on the characters if you think your idea is better, right? Because guys, this is just a sketch, so if I try to redraw these again, so it might look a bit different.
Mine is really funny.
I put my very fat.
Do you like the design on my inflatable? What do you call this? Tire? Yeah, flotation device. I don't know what you call it. You guys when you go to the swimming pool, you guys
Floaty. It's called
floaty. You call it a floaty?
It's called a donut.
A donut?
Called the floaty tail.
Maybe the donut. I don't know. It looks like
It looks like a donut, I know.
But is it a donut?
I could eat it. If it was a real donut, I would eat it.
Because I actually saw something like that. That is, the design is actually like a donut. Hmm. Guys, what do you like for your drink? If you were the rat, would you want it to be
Iced
lemonade,
tea. Iced tea.
What
ice,
some
iced
iced
tea,
tea? Excuse me, can I have another
Iced
green
tea.
iced tea, please?
iced tea,
Iced
or
tea.
mango shake?
Iced
Iced
tea.
tea, please. I
Or
want
I
iced
would
tea.
do iced tea with french fries.
Okay, really?
With
Iced tea with nuggets.
Iced tea
iced
with
tea with
french fries.
nuggets,
Iced tea with french fries. Oh
iced tea with
no.
fries,
Iced tea with
Iced tea with
Jollibee
everything from the
chicken.
McDonald's menu.
iced tea with potato corner fries.
I'll choose iced tea and everything from the McDonald's
No.
menu.
No, I do iced tea with Jollibee chicken.
Iced tea with Jolly Chicken. Wow.
Iced tea with the
Chicken
entire
Joy.
Popeyes
Chicken Joy.
menu.
Whoop, 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 whoop. Are you guys that fast? I know.
Okay. It's obvious we might be hungry for lunch, right?
Stop making me.
It's not obvious. It's real.
And here's Teacher Rev again talking about food. Obviously, I'm hungry. Okay, bat in a nest. Okay, I'm going to draw the nest here. And then, I'm going to draw the bat inside. But what's gonna make it funny is that the bat,
Laying eggs. Hello? Hello? Hello?
the
Celine,
I'm
bat,
already done.
yours. Cassie, yours.
I finished.
you're done?
This is mine.
I'm not.
Wait.
I ripped the paper like you ripped the crayons.
Oh, nice one, Celine.
Fine.
You
Don't ask about
paper.
everything else.
Silly, you ripped the paper?
Yeah, well, I ripped it on purpose. Because he needed to give the paper to his class. His classmate needed paper. So,
Oh, this is mine. Yeah.
Okay, so we still have 10 minutes, guys. So, you can try to draw other scenes. You can try to draw other versions of your character. Celine, did you draw the apple scene, right?
no, I drew the crayon scene.
The crayon scene. So you can try to draw the apple scene, or you can draw, because I think that crayon scene is with the dad, right?
Yeah, the dad is off screen saying he's a genius.
Yeah. You can try to draw since you already drew the dad, and now you also have a version of Ading. I wonder what your mom, your grandma, and your grandpa looks like. So while we're waiting for the time, you can try to sketch them out as well. No?
Yeah.
So, they're gonna be your character designs for your mom, for the mom, the dad, and the mom, grandma, and grandpa. Because I know right now I'm not doing any character design. I'm just illustrating the funny. Because this because when I read this, I immediately thought of all of these out of places animals. So I thought I should draw them because they look so funny in in places that they're not supposed to be. So I'm gonna draw the nest here, but the bat is being screamed at by these birds. Hey, get out of our nest!
Paper.
No, no, there should be baby birds in the nest that think that the bat is that thinks that the bat is the father.
The mom.
Here. Teacher Rev.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, Liam. Or okay, we still have 7 minutes, guys. So here's my bat looking so terrified for being inside the nest.
With eggs.
with other chicks. I have to make the wings look like very bat-like wings. There. Quack, 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 quack. Get out! Get out! Get out! There. Get out! Get out of the nest! Yeah, and these are all the animals where a ding gets a zero. Now, what would a ding look like? A ding is a boy in my
Draw
imagination.
a ding. You have to draw a ding.
Yeah, because I'm imagining a ding, and I still have 5 minutes
Dropping
more.
please, I
So.
will give you a Mercedes. Joke lang. Oh! Fuck!
I'm imagining a ding to be a very young version of me. Because I remember when I was a small kid, I was very much like a ding. Although I don't get zeros in my exams. But
Why do
uh,
you do that?
I used to be very naughty when I was a child. Really.
I'm really mad at my dad is so good.
Hmm?
My dad is not in bonds.
Really?
I can't draw a ding either.
Okay, so I'm gonna here's a ding holding his I know it's gonna be a because I'm not sketching it, so I'm drawing a ding, showing his exam paper with a big zero in it. Oh no!
Oh wait.
Mine
Oh
should be fun.
wait. Oh wait. Okay, that's not really Bonds, but Bonds are playing.
He's wearing a school uniform, and then he has his lunchbox.
What color is a goldfish? Gold or orange.
And then and then and then I'm gonna draw the lolo.
It's not marking. I think this paper's thick enough, guys. This though. I think it's okay.
Here's the lolo. So surprised.
Oh, hey guys. What's going on is really you up.
Guys, would you read this book if it had these pictures? Right? Because whenever I would read stories like this, I wonder if kids would enjoy reading this story if it had these kind of pictures. There, here's the log.
It is funny, yeah.
Huh?
It is so funny.
Here's the lolo. You were struck by genius.
Nice day. Nice
Then,
day.
of course, it's like a comics. I
Okay,
will
nice.
write here. Tinamaan ka ng galing ading. Tinamaan ka ng galing ading. And then next scene, and then he would say, a bird caught in the sea, goldfish from a cave, a monkey from a burrow, and a rat from a from in an aquarium, and a bat in a nest. And then of course, this is how illustrations and how comic book artists would work, and it doesn't stop there, right? Because we just illustrated one scene. What if you had to do this every day? You had to do this for the whole story, right? You have to draw every scene as well. So when you make your artist, or when you make your art, you really have to make your characters very very simple. And what's so nice with comic book art? Sometimes they're just black and white, right? But of course nowadays comic book art can be colored, especially if you can print them colored as well. All right, guys, it's already 12. I am hungry. I want to eat now. So let's take a let's take a class photo now. Oh, that's nice, Andrew. Oh, I love the shark. Andrew, you drew the shark very well. Very nice. Celine, you have a very, that's how you draw your characters, right? With the boy. That's a ding. A nice one, Brayden. It's a top scene, right? With the apples.
Yeah. They're all coloring on the same paper.
We
Oh
get
yeah, they're all coloring the same. Yeah, that's nice. A nice one, nice, Liam. That's a very nice scene of sharing. All right, guys. Wait, I'm gonna take a photo. 1, 2, 3. Smile.
Thank you.
Okay, again. One more. 1, 2, 3. Smile. Okay, guys. The contest ends on March 27, and if you want to join, okay, if you decide to illustrate, so I'll give you the mechanics in the Viber group later on. But I know you guys are young. If you want to join the contest, you might need to get the a permission from your parents. All right. So I'll post it in the Viber group. If you want to continue, because we already started, and what you actually made can already be your submission for the contest. Okay? Bye, guys.
Bye.
Enjoy your lunch.
Okay. Stay.
Bye.
For the lunch.
Yeah. You don't leave.
My glasses. Yeah.